So can you guys just let me know if the audio is working? You guys that have been with me know that technology can be a burden sometimes, and sometimes the audio gets a little bit messed up. So I'd love if you guys just quickly comment when you get in here and make sure that the audio is well. So as soon as you guys start to arrive, I'm just going to toss this up on the screen so we always know where we are. So if you guys are coming and you're watching it on replay, maybe you don't have as much time, you guys can skip to the segments that you need. That being said, this very first one, please watch the full thing because we're going to go through a lot of admin things, what I'm looking for out of you guys, expectation standards, things like that. So if you don't see this, you will miss out and you won't understand why I'm not maybe replying to you or anything like that. So I see that I've got some comments in there and the audio is great. Now, what I love about this, I'll show you guys my screen here really quickly. This is where I'm going to host everything, okay? So it's a control panel. It's a little bit complex, and sometimes I forget about it because I get so excited about what I'm doing. The coolest thing about this is I can actually share your comments on the screen. Now, BeLive is having issues, and it doesn't tell me the viewer's name, but that's all right. I'll deal with that. That's unfortunate. So I'm really, really excited to jump into this with you guys. I'm pretty pumped. Thank you for joining me as well. I really appreciate everything that you guys have done. So I'm just going to share this agenda, and we're going to go through this again in case you miss it so you guys can scroll through. But for the first day, let's just make sure that we stay with me here. So a little bit about myself so that you guys are, you guys are sitting in here about to get a little bit of training from someone. It'd be nice if you actually knew if the guy was reputable or not. That being said, maybe I tricked you. No, I'm kidding. I've been doing e-commerce now for about 6 years. I started my first business way, way back, and it actually did 3.1 million US in sales. That was my very first dropship store. Shortly before that, we were scammed. We got scammed, and luckily, we got our money back. It was thousands of dollars, and it was just a crazy process. But from that, I learned a lot. Since then, I've done a lot of things. Everything from consulting for over 100 clients now, one-on-one consulting. I've sold over 1,000 courses, to unique people. I guess a lot of them buy a bunch, but I've sold over 1,000 courses or 1,000 people courses. I can't speak. And so that's awesome. So I've done a lot of crazy things. I've seen a lot of stores. I've seen multi-million-dollar stores, stores with just one sale, stores with zero sales. You name the market, you name the world, I've seen it. I've seen some crazy stuff. My personal ad spends are in the millions for Facebook now and Instagram. Google ads, we've done over $100,000. I'm not going to say I'm a Google ads expert by any means, but I know a tremendous amount there. But Facebook, Instagram, social media ads, those are my bread and butter. So that being said, one thing I get a lot is I know that I talk fast. If you guys need me to slow down, just let me know. It's excitement, not nerves, to say the least. But I had someone say once, "Is that nerves?" I said, "No, it's not nerves. It's just excitement." So that being said, I do have some expectations for you guys. Now, these expectations are rather simple, right? You guys are in here. It's a free program for you. But these expectations are basically, I want you to interact and engage. Now, do it and stay up to date with me. We're going to be here for 6, maybe 7 days if you guys need it. But the more that you engage and the more up to date you are with it, the more that I can help you. So that's why I wanted a bunch of people in here, and we're still willing to get more users in here. But as you guys join, the more people that are in here, the more engaging it's going to be, the better these sessions will be for you. If you guys have any questions, you guys have something off topic that you want to toss in there, if I don't think it's relevant to that discussion, I'll address it later. But hopefully I can fit it in right there. I'm usually pretty good. I don't preset any of my examples anyways, so it's going to be a little bit impulsive in that sense. I just like to get a rough agenda together for you guys. So that being said, that's pretty much the expectations. At the end of this, I'd love if you guys would maybe give me a testimonial or a review or some feedback, anything like that, but that's completely on you. So let's talk about the actual topic, dropshipping. Now, if you're in here, I'm going to assume that you have a base knowledge of dropshipping. Just based off of the videos that I put out there, you guys probably wouldn't have come if you didn't, but that's totally fine if you don't. Do a little bit of research tonight if you don't, or in the morning. I'm not sure what time zones you guys are from. I'd love to actually hear that. Where are you guys all from? Now, I know that's cheesy, but it's cool. It's cool for me to see that. So share where you guys are from while I address this topic really quickly. Now, dropshipping is changing. when I look at my store 6 years ago, $3.1 million in sales, it was a lot different. I never really teach people based off of what I did then because, to be quite frank, it's not really possible today. My CPAs were around $2, $1.25. $3.50 was a bad CPA for us. Think about that. So we got away with a lot of things that we couldn't get away with now, but that just ultimately gave me some cash flows and a lot of knowledge that I could actually use to learn and progress moving forward. Most importantly, what I gained from that was how to A/B test. So that's kind of a cool concept there. Now, dropshipping is becoming a lot different. You can't do that anymore. And now you have people on there that are very experienced, like myself, that have a lot of cash that they can throw around on ads and testing. Now, they focus primarily in North America, mostly the US, and Australia, and maybe United Kingdom, depending on the niche. Now, that being said, that's an awesome thing for us. Now, some of you guys have probably seen those metrics that I put up with basically the difference in drop shipping in the US versus the rest of the world, money-wise. I don't really hang out there anymore. And I still have 7-figure e-commerce drop shipping stores. Now, what I do is I actually sell to countries where there's less competition and they're emerging markets. That's why you guys are here. That's what I'm going to teach you about in case you didn't know and you just stumbled across this group. So that's kind of how dropshipping is changing, and it's given us a lot of areas that we can really exploit the market because we can test things in fashions that we weren't able to test before for much cheaper budgets. This will never really die because there's hundreds of countries around the world. Eventually, they will all adapt. Well, majority of them will adapt to an e-commerce based ecosystem. That's awesome. That's what we want to see. So let's see this here. We've got New York, New England, Ontario, Australia, and the Netherlands. Wow, that is bold. That's cool. I really want to go see the Netherlands, to say the least, and Australia. The biggest thing with Australia is, and I know this is such a Canadian thing, but I'm just scared of the fact that everything there can kill me. The smallest bug can kill me. I got to check the toilet for snakes. I don't know. Maybe I'm paranoid. Maybe it's just what I've seen. But in Germany, that's sweet. But that's my mindset on it, and I'm not a big fan of that. I'm a big baby. I know it's all appearance. I'm not a tough guy. I'm actually quite a baby when I travel like that. So now we chatted a little bit about this. I'm not going to go into this too crazy, but how to succeed in 2019. The biggest thing that I left out there that I want to address right here is understand that data is your friend. The more data you can acquire, the more proper decisions you're able to make. That's what's most important. Okay, remember that. Data is king. Data is only going to progress as we move forward. It's only going to become easier to acquire data, and it's only going to be easier to use that data. We can see if you've been a Shopify dropshipper, even over the last 3 years, the data that you get is tremendous. Now you need to utilize that. Most importantly, for our discussions, we're going to be talking about product-specific data like running ads or finding products. That's going to become very, very important for us. Now, the playing field is becoming more level with this because it's easy to get data now. So we need to understand that and realize that's not as big of a competitive advantage as it was, say, 6 years ago for me. Because 6 years ago, people weren't getting the data that I was getting, so I could compete on a different wavelength because, simply put, it was hard to get that data, and we were good at getting that data. So now I've used that mentality to train people and say, this is how you need to get data, and you need to be very analytical about every decision. Not only are you just trying to figure out why something's not working, but when something does work, really be able to tell someone in an elevator pitch why it's working. That's what I focus on. If I have success, I need to be able to explain to someone in a 30-second conversation why I'm having success in a great amount of detail, okay? Let me just see a couple of these comments here. Don't be a wuss. That's definitely a good comment. The other thing I'm a big baby about is needles. I don't know why, but we're not going to tangent too much here. But it is a beautiful place, Australia. I will come visit. I'm not saying I won't. I'm saying that I've been held back because of that. And the thing is I've gone to some third world countries and I haven't been as scared. It's just because there's so much knowledge on what can kill me in Australia that's what scares me. You aren't going to die. You may stay here. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not discrediting that. I want to do a couple months there, but we'll see. So let's jump right into some of the bread and the butter, guys. And if you guys have any questions at any point, comment them in this feed. That's how I'm going to address them. It's much easier than sitting there going, oh, did he mean this? Or, oh, he actually went too fast there. That's totally fine. Chances are you're not alone, as well as people are going to be watching this on the replay. This is going to be posted in hackingwinners.com, things like that. So finding markets to sell in. Without further ado, oh, one thing I do, sometimes I forget to switch my screen. Someone tell me in the comments. I'll check periodically, but I am so bad for that. So I'm going to hide this banner here because it's not really something that we need to be sitting there for us. And I'm just going to hop into Hacking Winners. Again, this is not necessary for you guys to sign up for, but it's definitely beneficial. Now, you guys can just use this data. I like it when you guys use your own data. You guys are going to find a ton of stuff. This is a very, very cheap software. It's $1 to try as well. So I'm just going to log in. Now, please note, I'm streaming technically off of 2 devices here on the same Wi-Fi, and I'm also recording this live on another platform. So the internet's going to be slow. It's going to take longer to load things, and that's totally fine. But let's jump into this. Chances are you guys probably know a little bit about Hacking Winners if you're in here. I'm going to show you really quickly in like an elevator pitch what it actually is, what it does, a little bit about it. I don't really want to drag that out. There's other videos for that you guys can watch. If you need that access to that video, just comment and I'll send you a link. So this is Hacking Winners. Now, we use an AI machine learning system. I know, a bunch of techie jargon that you're probably like, wow, that thing's amazing. Well, it is, but this is not just for the point of me tossing out those kind of words, buzzwords. So we have over 1 million products in here. It's actually like 1.4 million. We have to update this number manually right now, and silly, but it actually takes up a lot of data to constantly update that. So we have to manually update that. My programmer, I think he's actually in here. One of my programmers here. He's from Germany. He was on a vacation to Poland. I know, I'm jealous too. But I think he's actually in here. So I can't see because I don't know who's commenting. I'm just going to hop back really quick. So we'll get to that. Yeah, what are the best countries at the moment for e-commerce? We're going to talk about that, and we're going to let you guys decide what's the best for you because it's very specific to you. It's not just like US is the best or Australia is the best or blank's the best. We're going to go to that. So basically, we crawl AliExpress every single second, and we're pulling off millions of products. Well, over 1 million products, right? We're getting a lot of information on them, okay? Where this information is stored is on our central database. So that's why things can be a little slow because we're pulling so much data. Once we have all of the products on here, it will become dramatically faster. So some of the things you can filter by are, these are the basic sales. So how many sales did it have yesterday compared to the day before? Up 100%. So this had 92. If I go 3 days, same thing. I'm looking at 3-day windows. I think you guys get the concept there. Percentage change is just the 3 days compared to the previous 3 days or the day compared to the previous days, things like that. Now, disclaimer, you guys are going to see some zeros on here, right? There was no orders yesterday. That's fine. What that is there's a lot of holidays and a lot of things like weekends or dropshippers bulk do their orders on Wednesdays, stuff like that. This is not alarming. Don't worry about those zeros. It's not a indicator of if the product's selling or not, okay? Again, we're going to get into this all in a lot more depth here really quickly. Tons of filters you guys can look at on the left-hand side that'll help you narrow down products that you're looking for once you find your markets and stuff. We're going to get into this in a lot more detail tomorrow when we're actually selecting products. So again, I'm not too concerned for this, okay? Now, the big topic that we're chatting about right now is what countries are basically best to sell in right now, right? That's a great comment to have on the screen when I'm doing this. Now, this is an excellent question. What I want to talk to you about is how we're going to find these numbers. Now, I'm just going to bring up a little piece of data that I've got for you guys so you guys can get some insight as to how I know and why we know the products sell where they sell. Now, this might not be in clear resolution for you. Don't worry. It's not the end of the world. I'm just going to talk about a few things on this page so you guys understand the decision-making process behind all of this and where we can get to. So I'm going to make this guy as big as I can here. So what you guys are looking at here is basically the average order value per country. And then I've got another one here that, and again, some of you guys have probably seen these in my videos. I don't talk about them specifically a lot. We're going to for a brief moment here. This is the conversion rates based on each country, okay? Now, the most shocking thing about this list is where the USA is. USA is 7th. Again, I'll say all the numbers, so don't worry if you can't see them. The US has a 3% e-commerce conversion rate. This is based off of 2017. Fact. the conversion rate in the US is dropping, okay? The reason for that is people don't have as much of a need to purchase online anymore because things like Amazon 2-day shipping, things like there's so much competition that they want to look at alternatives, okay? Before, picture this, before when we were drop shipping, this is essentially what I like to use as my example. When we were drop shipping before, the biggest thing was essentially look at a soup can aisle. When you're in this grocery store and you're looking at soup cans, okay? You're online, it's a completely different world. When I'm in the store, I look at and I want mushroom soup. Well, I can directly compare 20 brands at once. There's probably 20 different variants of mushroom soup. Well, maybe not. Maybe 5 different variants of mushroom soup. I can directly compare them based off of what I think looks like a high quality product, low quality product, price, things like that. Now, e-commerce was like that at the beginning. You couldn't really find that though. Amazon was the only place to find that. So if I drove an ad to someone and they clicked it, it wasn't easy to see the rest of the soup cans on that aisle. But now in the US and Australia, it's becoming easier because Facebook's so good at direct targeting now. It's amazing. So they're showing ads about these products to you consistently. If you're looking at soup cans, you're getting ads for them probably every 5 posts, depending on how much you engage with ads. So we don't really have that ability anymore. Therefore, the conversion rate's dropping. I hope that makes sense. I know I was a bit wordy with that. So let's jump right back into this. Oh, whoops, backwards. Let's jump right back into this. Now, that's the biggest thing to look at. The coolest one to look at is Denmark. Denmark was a massive country for us last year. 4.67% conversion rate. That includes a lot of bad stores in there, right? This is not just good stores, optimized pages. So some stores that we had that were running in Denmark had like an 8% conversion rate to a Denmark audience. That's insane. But how do I decide which ones to sell in? At the end of the day, there's a lot of great countries on here. Australia was awesome. Again, Australia is rapidly dropping because of the competition. They're a very public market. We also got to look at how much revenue was made in that. Denmark only had 62,000, where the Australian data was based off 150,000. This is basically the same efforts to acquire this data. So that's crazy. That's why Australia is just booming, and Australia is crushing it this year for sales, but not really margins in CPA. Yeah. The next thing, and I'm not going to get into this too crazy, the next thing that we look at is we basically put this in a system, an Excel sheet, not even an AI system, an Excel sheet, compare these values. Now we're looking for indicators between the two. So this page, focuses on average order size. Okay, so now we can see a lot of cool things. We look at Denmark, the average order size is $46. Highest conversion rate, pretty darn high basket size. And what's crazy about this? The US is not on there. Okay, I'm just going to address this before you even comment why the US is not on there. Is the biggest thing is this. The US now has Amazon 2-day shipping. The US has tons of competition, tons of suppliers that can ship instantly. So if I'm a consumer and I'm going to purchase, let's say, shoes, if I'm paying for the shipping, right, like the old days when I had to pay $20 for the shipping and it took 2 weeks to get there or a week to get there, well, I would buy multiple pairs of shoes. Now I can go to Amazon, I can buy shoes, I get them in 2 days. What's the point of me buying 5 pairs? It's free shipping if I have Prime, which generally speaking, you probably have Prime if you're a US citizen, and I get the shoes quick and it's free shipping. Well, no brainer. I'm going to buy 1 pair. When I need another pair, I'll buy that pair. Or I'm just going to do a quick amount of research to buy 1 pair, and then next week I'll buy another pair. I'm not going to buy them all in one sitting. I'm not saving a dramatic amount of money. There's no point for me to really spend the time, the 20, 30 minutes that it takes to find 2 or 3 pairs of shoes. I'm going to do it instantly. So these countries don't have that. That's the tremendous advantage because there's not shipping options like this yet. So when they're shopping, they know that it's going to take a certain amount of time to get there. They're going to bulk up. They're going to buy more of your products. That's why I love these countries. Plus, they're European for the most part. Some of these aren't. A lot of the European countries are passionate people. We see them. Look at soccer fans, for example. Okay? How passionate are those people? There's literally murders that happen after games. Like, it's tragic, it's horrible, but that's what the type of passion that they have is. So when they like your brand and they resonate with your brand, they're a passionate consumer. What does that mean for us? They will not leave us. Their lifetime value is tremendous. It's so much more valuable than an American consumer. Okay? Keep that in mind. So this is the data behind the operation. This is what inspired us to get this data and allows us to make the decisions that we do today. Now the system has basically become full AI. So we don't really do this. If you know the basics of AI, I'm not going to get into that too much. We basically taught the system and showed it some parameters, and it teaches itself. So that's why it's successful, and that's why it is the way it is. So that being said, let's let the system do this for us. Okay, let's let the system tell us exactly what we should be doing, where we should be selling, what we should be selling. It's proficient at it. I'm going to be starting a store with you. I'll chat about that. You don't have to start a store, just add products to your store, whatever you want. This is what I'm going to use. So from here, let's say that and I'm going to give you guys a little cheating starting point, okay? The Russian Federation. This is an amazing place to sell. This is just Russia with a couple of the other places in there that they have, okay? You're going to put the Russian Federation in here, and you'll see why in a second, okay? You guys will be able to go to this presets tab and just be able to click a preset to do this. Unfortunately, right now, the presets tabs, the AI system basically looks at, I'm not going to get into this too much, the confidence factor. If it's not 100%, 95% accurate or more, it's not going to put the filters there. So they're currently hidden. They're going to be up probably in the next couple days. But for right now, this is what we're going to do. So you'll literally be able to click top prospected products and do this. You'll be able to skip a bunch of the steps. But right now, I'm going to put the Russian Federation. I'm going to put this to 5 or 6%. What that is it basically says, well, of the total orders, how many of them have to be from Russia for us to include this on this tab? Because these products are sold in many countries, right? That's a fact. So put in Russian Federation, and we're doing this together, right? We're finding this research. This is going to give us kind of like a good baseline of countries that we care about, okay? So I'm going to put in the last 7 days sales in here because I just want to see some products that have crazy amounts of sales to give you guys an idea of the markets that are out there. So, okay, this is a favorited product. You guys can click that and it'll favorite the product and you can access it later, whatever. I'm going to click into this product and you guys are going to see some cool stuff, okay? Now, I know a lot of you guys have seen this on the videos that I've made anyway, so don't worry about it, but this is the premise of what we're going to do on a lot more in-depth basis, okay? So today's conversation is going to be in combination with tomorrow's, and that's going to allow us to find niches and products and markets all at once. But we have to understand what markets exist first before we can pick a product, because then we can go back to the countries, okay, and find what other countries should we advertise in. I know this is jargon, sounds like a lot. It's going to be simplified in the next little bit. So if I highlight over this circle, I can see, okay, Russian Federation, dominant market for this product. What is this product? It's that pancake. You make basically a template of your pancakes in the pan. Cool little product, okay? 909 orders in Russian Federation. Israel. What? 170 orders. Which one of you guys are advertising to Israel right now? Okay? That is bizarre, okay? I'm already mind-boggled, mind-blown. I don't preset my examples, but Israel, why is that coming up? Okay, great. Poland. Well, again, bizarre, weird. That's a market that I love, by the way. Poland's great. France, yeah, I can see it. I expect a market in there. I don't speak French. Maybe challenging for me. Don't know. Let's talk about it. Netherlands. I mean, not really a shock factor, but you're like, okay, I never really would have considered it. Continuing on, United States. Look at this. This is a mind-boggling circle, you guys. Look at this. Look how big this circle is. United States is a fraction of those sales. We haven't even seen Australia. I don't even know if Australia's in this bubble. Why are we focusing on competing in that market when the rest of the bubble is even bigger? Okay, this is what I'm saying. These trends are changing. This is based off of 2017, this bar graph that I've shown you guys lots. I'm just going to bring this up so you guys can see the exact representation of it. US versus the world. This is the sales difference. US on the left, rest of the world on the right. It's insane how close it is, but 82% of the drop shippers are in this United States bubble. That makes no sense. It's not proper for us. It's not a good thing for us to be competing in, okay? So let's hang in the rest of the world. Let's hang in this bubble, you guys. Let's figure out how we can expand this bubble, okay? So now I'm looking at this, and I'm like, wow, my eyes are already open. Oh, United Kingdom, yeah, not a shocker. Ukraine, weird. Slovakia, I don't know. Maybe it's weird to just me because I'm from Canada. I'm like, I didn't expect that to come up ever. Great. I've had this data for so long that I've been utilizing this, okay? Now, I look at this and I'm like, this is bizarre. Now, what do I do with this? Because I need to find these markets. I'm looking at relevant things to me. I'm going to scroll through this list and I'm going to show you guys some relevant stuff. Maybe you guys have a gadget store. Maybe you guys have a pop-up store. This is a great product. Absolutely. So I look at this and I'm like, I'm going to write all these down, okay? Now, obviously, I have them written down, but I'm going to look at this. I'm going to go Russian Federation. Okay, I'm just gonna grab a piece of paper here. And I'll check the comments right now. I'm sure some of you guys left some questions before I continue on here. Nope, no comments. Okay, I mean, smiley face. Gotta show that guy. Definitely gotta show that guy. So I'm gonna jump right back in here, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, I'm gonna start to write these things down because I need to get an idea of, well, where are these products even sold in the world? Because this is bizarre to me. You guys should be having a mind-boggling moment right now. Obviously, we know there's e-commerce other places, but the fact that the US, this example could not be better, is that small, is crazy. It's the top on the list. So I'm going to go through it. I'm just going to write this down. And I'm like, okay, Russian Federation, great. Russia. And I'm just writing these all down. Israel. And I'm like, weird. Going to have a question about that one because there might be an issue with Israel, right? I mean, is Israel not in war? I don't know. They're not, but, well, kind of, I don't know. They're not getting into politics or anything like that. Poland. Writing that down. I'm like, wow, awesome. Poland. France, I don't really speak French, but maybe there's a market there. We all know with our ad targeting, well, if you don't, this is news, you can advertise based on language. So I can make my ads in English, only show it to English-speaking people in France. Great, I can do that. So I'm going to write that down. France. Okay. Netherlands, right? Netherlands, UK, Netherlands. And I want to write all these down. There's a reason. UK. I'm keeping them in this order because I want to start to take notes. These guys, look at the pie. They're smaller than the US in this pie. I'm not going to put them down for right now. It doesn't seem like an indicator. Okay, great. That's something that I could sell, right? I could definitely add that to one of my stores. I can't add cosmetics because I don't know anything about cosmetics. I can't add iPhone cases because, well, I don't know. What kind of phones do they use there? Like, realistic question, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to notice that a lot of cosmetics are going to come up here, okay? So when you guys see something like that, just go down here and remove liquids. Now I'm not going to see as much cosmetics. There's going to be a lot of phone cases and things like that sold here. Absolutely. But the biggest thing is phone cases won't really have top drop shippers. This has someone who sold 100 of these orders, 80 of these orders. Great. That just shows me that this product is drop shippable. We can also put drop ship here and it'll tell you if it has an e-packet, things like that. We'll get into that later. Not really concerned. I just want to look at markets. Okay. Scrolling through here, I'm just going to click another random product. This one's got crazy amount of sales, okay? Weird curve. Does that mean anything? No. Look at the time. They just didn't make orders during Christmas. The store was probably closed. The drop shippers probably weren't working. Okay, awesome. So I look again. Russian Federation. Turkey. Wow, weird. Adding that to my list. It's definitely something that I want to consider. Now, obviously, these are in the preset filters, so don't worry about adding it in this much detail. But this is just going to help you for the conversation tomorrow when we actually pick products. You're going to need your own list like this because it's going to be relevant to you. Now, we're going to use mine. Mine's going to be like the master list. So I'm going through here, Netherlands. And I'm like, Netherlands was kind of a smaller chunk of my last pie. That's relatively high. Okay, great. Korea. What the heck? Now, disclaimer, fully going to say this one. Korea, not much of a drop shipping market. They're buying those. They're a big techie aspect. So whenever I see Korea for things like cosmetics or phone cases, for example, technology, I'm not going to drop ship any of that there. That already exists in a very low cost market. Okay. Israel, again, what the heck? Right? It should be like mind boggling if you're sitting there going like, I did not know this market is there. Please leave that in the comments. Like, did you guys even think for a second that these were going to be the markets that we're looking at? Because this is just insane. Spain. Wow. One of my favorites. One of my favorites is Spain. Spain is an incredible market, and I'll talk to you about that in a second. Poland again. Japan. Interesting. Japan, not worth it. Tough to find English-speaking Japanese people. Well, they're English-speaking, but they don't use Facebook for that, so Facebook doesn't recognize them, as well as they have access to all these products for cheaper than we do. So no point, okay? I'm just going to find another product class here, okay? So I'm just going to continue on. Now, there are categories and niches. They're still being set up a little bit and still being optimized, so I wouldn't play around with those too much today. And I'm continuing down. I just want to find something non-techie wise. Earrings, definitely could add those, but not really a concern. I want to find like a really bizarre product. Multifunctional 360-degree rotary kitchen tool, vegetable, fruit, potato, carrot, peeler, grater, turnip, cutter, slicer, melon gadget. Okay. I can take a look at that. Now, Russian Federation. Awesome, right? Now, Russian Federation isn't always going to be majority. We just said at least 6% of the sales had to be Russian Federation. So don't be shocked if that bubble's weird looking, right? India. Huh. Gonna write that down. That's an interesting one. India. Okay. Turkey again, Israel, France, United States, Poland, Romania. Pretty small segment there. Not going to put it, or Bulgaria. Okay. What was the point of me writing these down? Okay, this is where I want to get to, because you guys are all probably sitting here. You're like, this is a cliffhanger. What is the point of me writing these down? Now, this should be eye-opening to you. What are the 3 products we looked at? Some weird gadget to make templated pancakes, like you can make like heart shapes and stuff like that. I know templated is not the word, but whatever. That. Phone cases. And another weird gadget to make, do I have to read that again? A turnip cutter, melon, potato tool. All of these products, these 3 random products that we selected, they have consistent sales in this list that I just made. That should be like, whoa, Jarrett, you're making a connection for us. This is amazing. They have sales in these countries. This is awesome. What does this mean for us? This means that those are potential markets for almost anything. When I look through there, I can find products on pet supplies. I can find, dog leashes, things like that. I can find fitness products. I can find everything. We're going to consistently see these countries come up. Now, I'm showing you this so you understand what you're about to do. Okay. Yes, I could come into this and we could do this 1 hour rather than doing a 6-day thing, but you will never have an understanding of what you're doing. Now, this is important. You need to understand this stuff, okay, guys? So now I look at these countries, and I have like a pool of countries, or a Facebook ad audience beginning of countries that I can advertise to. Okay, great. This is awesome to hear. This is like, everything's coming together for me right now. This is becoming so exciting for me because I'm realizing I'm about to have a pool of countries that I can sell in that arguably there's very little competition, and I've never sold to before, and there's high margins, and dropshipping is a reasonable time to go there. Awesome. Okay, we get that. Does anyone have any questions about that? Please comment them. I'm going to go through the comments right now because there's some excellent comments that I want to chat about. Okay, and this is awesome. These are literally perfect comments. I don't even have to look at my notes. We are all mesmerized. Perfect. I am too. I fascinate myself when I look at this stuff because it just reminds me of like how naive I was with dropshipping at the beginning. 3.1 million, and I didn't even recognize there's a global need for this. All I did was sell in Australia, United States, Canada-ish. I mean, I live in Canada, not a great market, and United Kingdom when they were a part of the union. So, wow. Okay, eye-opening. This is a great question. But what about shipping? Do they have e-packet service to those countries? Awesome question. Great question. Russia has very long shipping times, and their postage gets lost a lot if you check all reviews. Okay, these are great questions. Let's hop into this. Let's take a look at one of these products. Again, I don't preset my examples, so this could go south. I apologize if this goes south. Okay, cannot deliver to Canada. Oh no. I'm gonna click this. Okay, and I'm gonna put in Russian Federation. Now, there's going to be, sometimes there's none, but this product, again, I got lucky. I didn't share my screen. I do this. I'm telling you guys, I do this. It's bad. I'm so bad. I get too excited. I'm too into it. So all I did is I went to the product page we were already on, this multifunctional rotary fruit, carrot, potato peeler, and I clicked go to AliExpress. Took me to this page. Okay. It said cannot deliver to Canada. Oh no, tough me. I clicked this. And I went ship my orders to Russian Federation. Left it. What pops up here? I'm going to zoom in here. This is important, okay? Yes, there's always these weird shipping things that are free, blah, 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 blah. ePacket, okay? ePacket is now on the rise in these countries, okay? So let's connect everything together. What does this mean for us? They have ePackets to Russia now. That's awesome. They have ePackets to pretty much all of these countries, okay? We can check Israel. Let's go take a look here. Israel. No ePacket to there. Okay, that's fine. They still have a shipping time, very long shipping time, but maybe it's reasonable. We'll talk about that concept in a second. So I'm going to go back to Russia, okay? They have ePacket. What does this mean for us? This is an incredibly powerful thing for us to realize, okay? Because the fact that they have ePacket, do you know how much money goes into China setting up an ePacket service? That means that they have consistent freight going there. That means they have all these ginormous containers. Because ePacket, if you didn't realize, there's carriers that offer these big containers. They guarantee that the container is going there if there's one product or a million products on it. So they're willing to take this risk because they see these markets. They have access to data that we don't. Well, I do to an extent because I have all of AliExpress's data. they don't have access, or they have access to this, and they realize that this is advantageous for them. This screams emerging, growing market. This screams that, okay? Awesome to see. Now, this is great. ePacket's going to be awesome in these countries. Yes, orders might get lost, and the reviews, when you check reviews on anything, they're going to say things like that because, you know what, I can tell you about things in Canada. I'm trying to find the reviews. I can tell you about things in Canada that, how do I go to review feedback? I can tell you about products that come to Canada that get lost. It happens. It's a part of AliExpress drop shipping. It's life. We're in this business. That's going to happen. You're going to have upset customers. Yeah, we drop ship. We got to deal with that. We're going to deal with that. And I could talk about that a lot more, right? Person from Russia got the product fine. Looks good. Great. Any time that I go to these, and again, this one's got tremendous reviews. I want to be clear. Let's go to these 2 stars. There's probably a 1 star that says it was lost. Received in time. Even the 1 stars are like, this is awesome. Very bad seller. Blah. Okay, well, you know what? Anytime I look for negatives, I can find them. But the fact that these ones are, if you're giving it a 1 star if it never showed up, and it's 0% or 1 star. So this alleviates my issues, okay? I encourage you to check the products that you're selling. The thing is when you're on Hacking Winners, you guys, if you're finding these products through here, they're going to be fine. I'll tell you that much, because they would never hit these levels of success, and our AI system is looking for things like that, so they won't be here. You won't find them. I'm trying to lock my chair because it's squeaking. They'll never find those. So know that. That's awesome. This chair, I don't know if you guys hear this squeak, driving me crazy. So know that they will never become products that are on AliExpress or on Hacking Winners if they're relevant, if they're bad. So know that. That's kind of an advantage that we get from this. This is monstrous amounts of data, AI filtered data at your fingertips, okay? Great. Now I'm like, this is an awesome market. Okay, so let's do the same thing, exact same thing we did. I'm just going to reset all my filters, okay? Because I didn't really solve that Israel problem, okay? I understand that it's a market. Yes, Jarrett, there's a market there. I get it. Israel's a very complex one, and that's why I want to go through it, because I think that there's a lot that you guys can learn. I'm gonna address one of these questions now, the other one after. How do you account for shipping to different countries? For example, do you charge the same shipping price in Australia versus Russia? Would it be personal preference? Yes, I basically do. What I do is I kind of offer basically free shipping or free shipping over X dollars. Free shipping, you're guaranteed to not be going against their country's norms. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, charging shipping in the US for a small good is almost becoming absurd. Okay, understand that, because Amazon, right? So we're going against the country's trend. I don't know if it's standard for a Russian company to charge shipping. Sometimes they just eat the expense and put it a part of the product. I price my products, which we're going to chat about a lot more. I price my products in a fashion where it doesn't matter if I offer free shipping, and I usually offer free shipping. I'll test shipping once I have consistent sales. Maybe I can squeeze some more margin in there, but it's not worth me risking getting 0 sales, okay? I'll go through all these now. So do we target English-speaking people in Russia and French, etc.? We're going to go through this together. I don't want to address this quite yet, but yes, we kind of do. We're going to go through that a lot more when we actually launch products, okay? For today, I just want to look at these markets, analyze these markets. Since you're targeting more international countries, would you include English-only reviews, descriptions, blah, blah, blah? Yes, I do. But again, we're going to go through all that a lot more in depth. And I'm writing these questions down. I'm going to mark them so that I do address these in the future. But for right now, we're just going to focus on the actual process of finding markets. Okay, great. So now I'm going to go here. I reset my filters, and I'm just going to toss in a country like Israel and see what comes up. Okay, disclaimer. Whenever I'm filming, I become incoherent at typing. It's astronomical. So all I'm doing here is I put Israel in here. And same thing, I can increase this percentage or decrease this percentage depending on how many results I get if I find that they're not very relevant, okay? So play with that. If you find that, well, okay, I'm going to click into this top product. I think this is actually a different one, not 100% sure. And if I find that, well, Israel's the majority, so great. If this would have said Russian Federation or something like that, and Israel was this tiny slivers, well, then I just increase that percentage, okay? But now, great. What do I have here? It's actually pretty cool. Again, I don't plan my examples. These are both on the top, 7 days. You guys can do this yourselves. You guys will see this. I find that templated pancake mixer. Wow. Weird. Weird to say the least. Now, let's look at this, and let's click in, go to AliExpress. okay? Because now I'm focusing on an Israeli product, per se. Does that make sense? And I'm just going to click this, and I'm going to put in Israel in here instead. Do they have an e-packet? No e-packet. But they've got China Post Airmail, 25 to 41 days. They've got premium shipping. Not ideal. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not what I expected, not what I hoped out of this. I was hoping that maybe they had a better shipping process. But look at, let's check a couple of products because we're going to find something. Yeah, and my insights are kind of leading me towards this. Clip nip. Yeah. I don't know what this product is, and I don't know if I want to know. Anyways, moving onwards. Cool that there's an English product here because they're trying to learn English. Wow, I'm shook right now. I am shook. So, continuing onwards here. What do I got here? Okay, product. Majority sales in Israel. I don't even care what the product is because it's appropriate. And I'm going to come back here and I'm going to look at Israel. Okay, Israel, what do they got? Shipping times. Wow. 25, 19. Huh. There is an e-packet, though. Interesting to see. Definitely interesting to see. What does this mean for me right now? This means that we're actually in luck. Okay? They're probably not expecting me to say that. But we're actually in luck with this because this means that they're... I'm just going to make sure I'm sharing my screen. Oh, thank God I am. I'm just going to make sure that we're in luck because this means that the market, because these are two of the top selling products on AliExpress in Israel in the last 7 days, the market is fine with these shipping times. There wouldn't be this many orders if they weren't. They're fine with it. We should be happy. This is awesome to see because, yes, it's not necessarily that the shipping times are short. Some markets don't expect that. We're taking it for granted, probably based on where you live, that the shipping times are short. When I look at a country like Guam, not a country, Guam. Guam is an American treaty island, I think is the proper way of saying that. You think someone in Guam expects a 2-day shipping time from Amazon? The reason I say Guam is Guam was one of our first sales that we lost so much money on, but it was so cool. We got an order from Guam, so we had our shipping limited to US only. Guam ordered, and it was thousands of kilometers away, and we're like, oh my gosh, it cost us like $80 to ship it there. It was a military base, and we were like, we're doing it. This is the coolest thing ever, and we lost a bunch of money selling it, but it was just the cool concept. So look at, understand the market, you guys. This list that I'm writing is the market, and there's no negative indicators of selling yet, disclaimer, yet. No negative indicators of selling here because of this. Okay, that's what is powerful. That is what's cool about this because there's no need for us to be worrying. These products would never be popular. They would never come up on Hacking Winners if it didn't work logistics-wise. They're okay with waiting that time. This is awesome news, okay? I'm going to address one issue with Israel in a second here. I'm going to hop over to the comments really quickly because I think it's very, very important to do this. What would be the pricing strategy? We're going to go through all that again. Everything pricing, product related, we're going to go through. I just want to talk markets today. What is the sweet spot for percentage to identify a target market? I'm going to show you guys an example of this one really quickly. I can leave that on my screen. It shouldn't wreck it too much. There's no really sweet spot. When you use the preset filter, it'll be there. It'll be fine. But generally speaking, let's say that I went to Israel and there was no products, okay? Or there was too many products, okay? I can go like something like, I can always increase this to get more specific to that country, essentially, right? So playing around with this is fun, and we can see that, in this case, the same nipple holder products are coming up, right? And that's awesome because that just relates to this bubble. Is it all of these sales kind of concept, okay? So if it's not, if we find that we're too high, we're not finding relevant products, we're not finding enough products, I just drop this down. I honestly usually hang around that 5-6%. The system is going to optimize to show you products that are more relevant in that country anyways. It's not really a concern. Just basically, if you're too high, you're not going to see as many products. It's not going to be relevant, right? If I put that to 100%, I probably won't find many products, okay? But it is relevant, and it's correlated to a bunch of things, okay? But don't worry about that necessarily. You guys will be finding products, and if just simply put, when you come in here and you look at the circles, if they're all really out of whack, and you're like, I'm looking for a product for Israel, but Israel is this tiny slice, well, then increase that percentage. It's all that basically is. But again, the presets do address that issue. Same kind of question. So I hope that cleared that up for you. If it didn't, just leave another comment. Just have an agent. Yeah, what he's referring to or she is referring to, I don't know, because it's comments from viewer. Is just an agent for like shipping and stuff like that. We don't need to get into that. AliExpress handles that for us. And then you can ship everywhere with ePacket. That's true. You totally can with an agent. You don't have to worry about that today. And for this course, we're going to keep it rather basic in that sense. An agent will help you with some issues, but we're not concerned with that, right? It's confusing to set up the agents and stuff like that. So, okay, great. Where was I? So that kind of alleviates the issue. We have all positive signs about all these countries, right? I can do the same thing when I'm looking at these countries and trying to find a focus. Now, when I go back and I think about things, I go, oh, this is awesome to see. This is like eye-opening for me. And this is telling me where my markets are, right? Now, if I were literally to go sell this product, again, we're going to get into this a lot more tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. If I were to go sell this product right now, what I would do is I would actually go and I'd put Israel as my target market. I'd put Russian Federation. I'd put Czech Republic. Great one. Netherlands. I'd add a bunch of these. Maybe I'd just do these 3 because these ones are kind of small pies. That's an awesome starting point. So these are, chances are, every single person in this group, these are probably new markets for you. They certainly are for me in comparative to time relation. They were new markets for me. So this is great. We're finding great markets, you guys. That's the premise of this conversation so that we can start to address this. Now, I want you guys to go through Hacking Winners, do this as well. See if you're finding a similar list to me, okay? Maybe you're finding different things than me. That's totally fine. But I want you guys to have a list, okay? The more interactive you are with this, the more engaging you are with this, the more success you're going to have. Because tomorrow we're going to be looking at products. You're probably not going to want to sell the exact same things that I'm selling, okay? But I want to make sure that you guys leave these 6-7 days and you guys can sufficiently do this all yourself. Yes, the presets will let you do this to a level where you have some competition because there's going to be tons of users that use this platform eventually. Now you're competing with them. Great. If you understand this, you're going to have a huge advantage. You're actually going to find products that are proprietary to you, and you're going to understand the platform a lot better, basically, is what I'm saying, okay? So does anyone have any questions really quick while I'm kind of transitioning here? That's kind of my spiel on it. It's cool. At the end of the day, you guys should all be pretty excited. I think that this is like an eye-opening day for you where you're like, wow, I was thinking about attending the first day and seeing where it went. I think that this should be eye-opening for you, and you guys are like, wow, I'm going to hang around here for a bit. This platform or this guy, I'd like to say this guy or both, really know what they're talking about, really know what they're doing. Clearly, they have data to back it up. That's awesome to see, okay? If I pop back into my agenda, I guess you guys can't see this, but just switching the topic a little bit as questions come up. Find what markets to sell in, intro to niche selection. So I'll wait for the questions, but this is what we're about to segue to. I just saw creepy. This is my niche eyelash nail gel I will do, and after you try it, Mark, yeah, perfect, yeah, do that. Add that to your market, but I'd wait until tomorrow. Let's go through this in a lot more in depth. You can understand the niche aspect because, look, at the end of the day, I've got, wrong one. I've got great countries to sell in now. Now, full disclaimer, if I go and try to sell bodybuilding protein powder in these countries, probably not going to find that much success because maybe Russian will, Netherlands maybe, UK a bit. The rest of those countries definitely aren't looking at bodybuilding, weightlifting, power type products. They're not. That's not their niche. Their niche within the niche of fitness is lean, fitting in with people. So now we need to recognize how we actually do that. So now we've got these countries. We've got a good starting point, essentially. How do I find what niche to really go into within this country? And how do I make sure that I'm understanding this niche? Yeah, there's general products. They're great. But what can I do with the rest of this, okay? An excellent question just popped up on the screen. And this brings me to one of the issues that I did have. Now, what currency would be used for, Israel, Russia, and France? Would they be comfortable in paying with US? Yeah, absolutely they would. We can also offer, if you're interested, you can offer them, pounds and stuff like, or not pounds, don't use pounds anymore. We can offer them euros, things like that. It's really easy to set up. Stripe's usually pretty friendly with it. Your local bank probably will let you, but generally speaking, I charge US dollars with most of my stores. And I just show them the conversion rate. And I explain explicitly You will be charged in US dollars. It'll work out to the exact same thing for you, but if the charge looks funny, that's why. Okay? Just be transparent with them so they understand that. That's the biggest thing, biggest concept there. So I've got these countries, okay? I've got these countries, and I really want to learn about the niche now. So we're going to chat about this a little bit. This is the big conversation tomorrow. The niche, the actual product selection. I'm going to come out of tomorrow with products that I'm going to add to my store. What store? I don't even have a store yet. I'm creating a brand new store for you guys so that you guys can say, well, Jarrett's not just getting this kind of results, success, blah, 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 based off of a pixel that's saturated. If you don't even know what that means, don't worry about it. It's a big advantage when you have a saturated pixel. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to try and find some success. I'm not expecting to make $1,000 in sales in 6 days. No, I'm not selling you guys that. That's not the goal of this course, program, free training, whatever you want. My goal is to show you that this works. Prove success. I want you guys to do this as well. Okay? That's the premise of it. I know currency converter, but finally store will check out in the US. Yes, yeah, exactly. That's what I do. Mine I'll check out in the US. Okay? So enter a niche selection. How we're going to start to chat about this. I just want to give you guys an idea. So when you guys are doing this research of your market concept, you guys are looking for things that we're going to look for tomorrow in a lot more depth. Okay. So don't worry about this too much. I just want to chat about it. Going to be a brief conversation. Okay. Again, my goal for all of these is to keep them around that hour mark, just so you guys are aware. I don't want to bore you guys. If at the end of the day, you know what, if we have to take 20 days and you guys are this engaged and you guys are showing up to all of them, I will. I don't care. I'm here for you guys. Okay, I'm passionate about the software and I'm passionate about helping people. You guys know that. That's why you're here. So let's jump into this really quickly. Kind of niche concepts. Okay, I'm going to decide on the main countries I want to sell in. Okay, let's say that these are them. Great. Tangent. I forgot. I skipped something. Sorry. You're going to find issues, okay, with places like Israel. Okay. You're going to notice that Stripe blocks a lot of them for fraud verification. If you have PayPal in your store, that's definitely a great way to combat that because PayPal is kind of that breaking point. Shopify stores generally use Stripe. Stripe will block a lot of these. You're going to have to understand that. And maybe you find that the market for your niche, the target that you're acquiring, you're finding too many fraud charges, you're going to leave that market. That's fine. Just understand that we need to look at those things. And that is a risk, I guess, risk of what we're doing. It's something to note. Yeah, that's all I have to say there. Shopify only allows you to, So use that currency converter. Just tell them what they're going to be charged at the end of the day. But again, I don't want to get into that complex jazz too much. So, okay, now I've got my country selection here, right? We've got a list of 3, 6, 9 countries I've got that I'm like, these are reasonable markets for me, okay? Now I want to start to look at these niches because, there's going to be important things that come up, okay? When I look at a niche like India, I'll save you guys the search. You're going to find a lot more cosmetics there. Now, a lot of you guys might not know when we look at India or Southeast Asia, their cosmetics have a different purpose than ours. A lot of the time, well, general same purpose, but they actually are to whiten your palette a little bit, lighten your skin tone. That's an attractive feature over there. So I need to understand that niche. Now, that's why I stay away from cosmetics. I don't understand that. Maybe if you're a female, you do, or some males do, but hey guys, I'll be the first one to admit when my girlfriend asks, how do I look? It's great every time. I don't know what the difference is. Don't tell her that. She's not in this group, but I can't sit there and be like, oh my gosh, that low light you put on your highlight of your cheekbone is stunning in this light and your eyebrows are fleek, because that's the word that they use for some reason. I don't know that, so I'm scared of that market. I'm not going to enter that niche. It's not advantageous for me. I'm setting myself up for failure. We still have to understand the niche that we're existing in, okay? That's not to say that it's not a great niche. It is. There's a huge market for cosmetics overseas, especially. I don't understand it. I'm not going to understand it. I know someone in here is from India and she understands cosmetics. Maybe that's a great market for her to utilize that. She's got an advantage, right? But again, cosmetics is usually quite saturated. So I'm looking in Australia. Just going to start to scroll a little bit and kind of get an idea of what the top selling products are. I want to start to identify trends, okay? This pancake maker, awesome product. Awesome product. So I'm looking through and I see a couple of things. Internet Hub, I don't really understand what that is. Again, not something I want to look at. Weird. They have dog beds? Huh. What's that all about? Probably understanding that this market isn't as it seems. Okay? we realized that this is a huge market, pet supplies in North America. Well, it's a huge market around the world, you guys. Yes, some areas there's a lot of stray dogs and things like that. I was just in Indonesia. There's a lot of stray dogs. The rich still have pets. They do. And the rich, there's a huge income gap, okay? So I look Israel, Federation, blah, blah, blah. But Israel, these dog beds are mostly sold in Israel. Let's click what this is all about. Great. Wow. You guys might be shocked right now. I'm kind of shocked seeing this. I'm like, wow, it's very interesting that this is a market there. Okay, guys, we got to realize that. They have e-packet to Israel. Oh my gosh, this is like, boom, right up my alley. I have a dog store. I'm going to toss this on there. It's awesome to see, right? So when you guys are going through here, just scroll a little bit, play around with some of the countries. Don't get too in-depth with it. Don't start adding things quite yet to your stores if you have one. Don't worry about starting one quite yet. Let's just relax and see. Maybe I notice a couple of trends. Maybe I notice a lot of nails are coming up, like fake nails and things like that. Just take a quick peek, right? One thing that we'll see comes up, for example, that I notice with my trends is when I look at Russia and Federation, I notice a lot of cameras, like cameras that you put in your car, okay, like dash cams. That's the word I was looking for. So I noticed that. Why is that? Well, because there's a huge issue with accidents and fraud and scams and things like that around that. Great. Something I never knew about that market. Awesome to see, okay? So understand this, you guys. That's kind of all I want to go into with products right now, just to start to get an idea of your niche, or the niches, within these countries is what I meant to say. So you guys can see, maybe you're going to notice a couple things. Maybe you're going to notice a lot of children's outfits. Interesting, right? Very interesting. I didn't expect that in Israel. Blah, 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 blah. I'm looking and I'm making sure that these products are still relevant, because when we look at some of these smaller emerging markets, there's not going to be a lot of data. These guys, definitely 266 orders in the last 30 days, relevant. Some of the markets that I look at, like Slovakia, I noticed that these numbers drop off quite rather quickly, so not really advantageous for me to look into it too much, but just start to get the mindset for tomorrow so that everything I'm saying tomorrow is not complete jargon to you. It doesn't make any sense, that sort of concept. Okay, guys? So I'm just going to pop back here and bring up the agenda and chat. We're just wrapping. We're kind of moving quick through the rest of the stuff. My store, I mentioned it briefly. I don't have a store yet. Again, I want to stress that. I'm going to be doing this with you guys so you guys can see exactly what I do there. I'm not going to show you how I build my entire store, because that's going to take a lot more time than what you guys think. But I'll show you exactly my store, and it won't be a secret to you guys. From that concept, what am I looking from you guys? Okay, this is what I wanted to chat about real quickly before we wrap it all up. What do I want from you guys? Now, you guys don't have to go and get hacking winners. I'm not going to say get off this video if you guys haven't. I know most of you guys already have it. A majority do. But it's a great resource. For the dollar, get it. You guys are going to get a lot of value out of it. Whatever. Sales pitch, whatever you want to call this. I'm giving you guys free training. I don't care. I'm going to charge thousands for this in the future. Probably $1,000 realistically, actually. So utilize this. Go through this. Take this seriously. Start to understand this, because, yes, some of you guys are in here. You guys aren't going to do anything. You guys aren't going to get hacking winners. And you guys are going to pick the products that I pick. You're going to get some success out of your store, probably. Chances are you will. You're going to see the products that I get. You're going to see my marketing. Probably going to get some success. That success is going to dry up rather quickly, okay? You're not going to be able to replicate it. You're not going to understand what you're doing. You'll try to go back. You'll maybe even watch these videos again. It's not going to be relevant. So do it with me and understand this, okay, you guys? Join me. Get the program. Sign up. Do it right now. I really encourage you guys to do it. And check this out. Look at these countries. Understand these trends. You guys have access to mega amounts of data right now, okay? Mega amounts of data. Of course, we're going to charge more money for this in the future. Mega amounts of data. We're growing it. So get in there. Look at this. Understand this data. When's the last time you had access to casually go and scroll over 1 million products with advanced analytics filtering it, okay? There's tons of products. I don't even need to pump that anymore. There's so much data in that, you guys. It's insane. So check it out. Okay, I'm excited to see you guys sign up. Let me know if you guys are looking to sign up. If you guys have any questions about it, just let me know. I can answer all those questions. Okay. But at the end of the day, do it. Okay, it's very, very important. That's one thing that I'm expecting from you guys. The other things that I'm expecting from you guys: stay engaged. Okay, be here every day. There's going to be tidbits of information in here that maybe if you were in there, you could have asked a question and really extrapolated on it. The times are all, there's a calendar in here. I'll find it so you guys can see this. There's a calendar within the group that you guys can go and actually get all of the things put in your, I got to go to Facebook. if this slows up the stream, I'll just leave it because I know when you go and view your own stream while you're streaming, it's like Facebook's like, oh my Lord. Okay, let's hop in here. There's this excellent place where you guys can do this. Now, also above this video, okay, in the description of this video, there's a link that you guys can click. It should be working. I don't know. Don't yell at me if it's not. It should be working. If you guys click it, it'll automatically send you a message saying, are you in Hacking Winners? Click yes. Then I can send you a message saying, hey, about to go live, or hey, update with Hacking Winners, or hey, this, that, blah, 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 blah. But if you guys just scroll, it should be in the announcements here. Yep, top. If I click this bit.ly link, it'll actually let me put a calendar notification right in my calendar, phone, or whatever you guys use. So you guys have all the dates selected there, okay? I've already done it, so I'm not going to have 2 in there. But do that. That's very, very important. Make sure you guys don't miss this, okay, guys? This is very, very relevant, very, very important, but things change so quickly. If you guys aren't staying up to date, it's not going to help you. The last thing that I wanted to say is, why is it so hard for me to get the agenda? The last thing that I wanted to say to you guys is do you guys have any questions, first of all, while I just do my closing little piece on this? I like to always say something at the end, just kind of wrap things up and conclude and chat about, life in that sense. So if you guys have any questions, toss them up here now. My closing notes for you guys. It's 2019. I know this sounds so cheesy and New Year's resolutions and things like that. I get it. But look, we should always be setting goals anyways. We should always be like, I want to achieve this level of success, or I want to achieve this level of happiness, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. I want to get this. I want to, whatever it is. Set goals. It's New Year's resolution. It's cheesy because everyone does it, so it's not cool for popular belief. But really, take this seriously, guys. We're entering a new year. It's an exciting time. E-commerce is booming. Life's booming. Let's really take advantage of this and take this seriously and really push this in life. I think that New Year's resolutions are a funny thing because they almost always fail, but there's still probably that 1% to 3% of people that their life actually does change from this. So I hope, and conveniently, this is the timing of this course. That's why I did this. I think that you guys can really use that as motivation to push this and push your agenda and make something out of nothing, or improve your current success, or something. You tell me what that is, but I want you guys to do something, you guys. It's very, very important. Take this seriously. That's all I wanted to say today. I'm really excited for tomorrow. Please, whether you're watching this on the replay or live or at the end of this, leave any comments that you guys want addressed for tomorrow. If you guys have any questions or concerns, or hey, I had trouble signing up for Hacking Winners, or it didn't let me, or blah, 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 blah. Let's get those sorted out immediately. I'll be hanging around here for the next couple hours trying to address a lot of this. I get that you guys want to direct message me about it. It's better if you comment it. If it's a private matter, yes, but it's better if you guys comment it in here. The reason is then I can actually address it, and the same question won't have to be answered twice. So I hope you guys understand that and respect that. But you guys, I'm pretty excited. The engagement was awesome. You guys were awesome today. Thank you for coming by. Same time tomorrow. We'll keep it around that hour span. Tomorrow I'm going to be kind of accelerated, I guess. The hour is tough to just talk about products. We can't get through it all. Again, I'll postpone this. We'll extend this. We'll do whatever we need to do to make sure that this works and find you guys some success. So have an amazing day. Happy New Year's, everyone. I will chat with you guys soon in the comments. But again, sign up. Sign up right now to Hacking Winners. Get that done. Just get it over with. It's $1. If you hate me by the end of this, you hate me. But again, I'd pay the $1 for what you guys got today anyway. So if you hate me, run away. But I'm excited, you guys. Thank you so much. Chat with you same time tomorrow.